Testing 1, 2. Does this work? Can you hear me, Jim? Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 2 minutes. Please silence all cell phones and take your seats. Digital biographies are in the description section of the YouTube live stream. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Joloff, commander of the 181st Brigade Support Battalion, welcome to Charlie Company Change of Command ceremony between Major Kathryn Friday and Captain James Covell. We are honored to have a number of distinguished guests with us in attendance: Colonel Retired Kendall, commanders, sergeants majors, soldiers, families, and friends of the Maverick Battalion. Thank you for your attendance today. At this time, Sergeant Lee is presenting a gift to Mr. Jaran Friday on behalf of the soldiers and families of the Maverick Battalion. This small token of comfort represents the loving concern he has shown for our soldiers and their families for the past 4 years and the fulfillment of his time here with us. Yellow roses are being presented to Mrs. Madison Covell by Sergeant Lee. The flowers are to welcome her to the unit. Yellow is the color of joy and friendship and symbolizes the relationship between the families and the soldiers. Shortly, the rosebuds will blossom as her relationship with the soldiers of Charlie Company and their families. Charlie Company, or Charlie Med of the 181st Brigade Support Battalion, is the Brigade Medical Support Company to the 81st Stryker Brigade Combat Team. Charlie Med provides health services support and force health protection to over 3,000 Cascade riflemen, including emergency medical evacuation, advanced trauma resuscitation, and surgery, patient regulating, dental, laboratory, and radiology services, as well as preventive medicine and combat and operational stress care. The company holds a proud history of service to both the state and nation, responding to domestic incidents ranging from the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens, wildfires, floods, and landslides, to overseas deployments in support of Operations Noble Eagle, Iraqi Freedom, and Enduring Freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and our national anthem. Non-uniform personnel are welcome to render honors to our nation by placing hand over heart, while uniformed personnel render arms. The official party for today's ceremony is Lieutenant Colonel Chargoloff, Major Friday, and Captain Covell. Please refer to digital biographies in the description section of the YouTube live stream. medieval times. Soldiers often carried staffs or standards into battle that identified them as a unit. Throughout military history, unit colors have marked the position of the commander on the battlefield and have served as a rallying point. While attacking or rallying on the battlefield, soldiers would follow the standard or guidons of their leader, most often found at the forward edge of the battle. In more recent times, the colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its soldiers. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there also are the colors. The passing of the unit colors represents the transfer of authority and responsibility for the unit from one commander to another. The company first sergeant is the keeper of the colors. As a senior enlisted soldier in the company, he is a spokesman for both the loyalty and concerns of the soldiers and the principal advisor to the commander. The passing of the colors from First Sergeant Crespo to Major Friday signifies his last act of allegiance to that commander. As her last official act as commander, Major Friday passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Chargaloff, symbolizing her relinquishment of command. The passing of the colors from Lieutenant Colonel Chargaloff to the incoming commander, Captain Covell, signifies the passing of his trust and empowers him with command of the unit and associated responsibility and authority. Assumption of command orders. Department of the Army, Headquarters, C Company, 181st Brigade Support Battalion, by authority of Paragraph 2-5, Army Regulation 600-20, and Paragraph 1-9B, Army Regulation 40-1. The undersigned assumes command of Charlie Company, effective 14 August 2020. Signed, James Adrian Covell, Captain, Commanding. The passing of the colors from Captain Covell to First Sergeant Crespo signifies the confidence that the commander places in the non-commissioned officer corps. At this time, Lieutenant Colonel Chargaloff will now present an award to Major Friday for her commendable service to the soldiers and families of Charlie Company, 181st Brigade Support Battalion. At this time, the soldiers, NCOs, and officers of Charlie Company 181 would like to present a gift for the outgoing commander, Major Kathryn Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 181st Brigade Support Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Chargaloff.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, soldiers of the 181 Support Battalion, welcome to today's change of command ceremony as we thank Major Kathryn Friday for her loyal and dedicated service to her company in this battalion, and we welcome Captain James Covell as he assumes command. Major Friday, I want to start by saying thank you to you and your husband in overcoming the long and sometimes challenging issues that always come up with command. During this time, you and your husband welcomed your first child into this world, and I can only imagine that it made the job even harder, but you did it, and you did it with poise and grace that was prevalent throughout your tenure as commander of Charlie Company. You did a commendable job of getting Charlie Company ready for both UXCPC and then ready for NTC. And this was all before the COVID response and the Seattle riots, which soon followed. I can't recall a time in my career when it's been any more difficult or challenging than the last few months. Even the events of 9/11 weren't as chaotic as they are today. But you persevered with a great attitude that really made all the difference. As you embark on the next stage of your career, I hope you look back and be proud of the job that you've done here, because we're all proud of you. So the good news is that we're placing in this command in the hands of a very capable young leader, Captain Jim Covell. Jim, you were selected based on your proven track record and your potential to take command and lead this company to the next level. Jim, you're given the opportunity to make a lasting difference in the lives of your soldiers in the Washington Army National Guard. A typical command is 24 months, and basically in Guard years, that's around 78 days. So it's not a lot of time, but it's a lot of work to get done. So I charge you now not to squander this opportunity, to make the most of it, because the buck really does stop with you. The challenges of command are endless, but unbelievably rewarding. At some point, you'll be tired, frustrated, and unbelievably busy, sometimes all at the same time. But most of all, enjoy the special time in your career. It's going to be a fast ride, sometimes a bumpy ride, but you're in the driver's seat and you're in control. That's what command is really all about. You have all of our full confidence and support. So best of luck, Jim. I know you're going to be a great commander. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Major Friday, former commander of Charlie Company, 181st Brigade Support Battalion.
Colonel Chogoloff, Sergeant Major, my family, Captain Covell and the Covell family, those watching remotely, and especially the soldiers of Charlie Company. When I stood before Charlie Company as the incoming commander over 2 years ago, our path ahead was filled with exciting and challenging events, the highlights being XCTC and our culminating event at NTC. The path we actually forged has made some significant deviations from what was expected, but in the face of these changes and the unprecedented pandemic, Charlie Company always rose to the occasion. At XCTC, we excelled. Charlie Company performed beautifully with the execution of 60 training missions and 15 real-world life-saving missions. Charlie's tireless work earned it the rating of proficient, the only in the battalion. Upon return from XCTC, we hit the ground running in our preparations for NTC with many long drill weekends to ensure we were prepared to execute. As we know, our mission changed rapidly earlier this year with the impacts of COVID-19. While our mission has looked dramatically different than expected, the dedication of Charlie Company remains. We've had 100% of our available soldiers activated in the last few months to support our community. Our soldiers have filled essential roles in food banks, testing sites, test kit assembly, contact tracing, support of the Employment Security Department, and support of the Seattle Police during the civil unrest in early June. Our work has been critical during this challenging time for our community, and our support provided critical help to those who needed it most. I could not be more proud of the work this company has done over the last 2 years, but I'm especially proud of our response to the needs of our communities as a result of COVID-19. I have learned so much as a leader and a soldier during my time as your commander. The soldiers of Charlie Company are unparalleled. Thank you to each person in this unit for your hard work and dedication. I will take many lessons and memories from this time. This experience has been an honor, and I look forward to the great things that this unit will do. Colonel Chargoloff, thank you for your support and guidance. I've enjoyed serving under your leadership and appreciate your mentorship. To the leadership of Charlie Company, First Sergeant, you passed me the guidon 2 years ago when I stepped into this role, and I accepted it back today. Thank you for your wisdom, your advice, and your partnership. To the XO, my AGR team, Sergeant Archuleta, Sergeant Peterson, Sergeant Beardsley, and my platoon leadership, Lieutenant Kovacs, Lieutenant Ward, and Sergeant Shute. Thank you for your tireless dedication to the soldiers and to the mission. No matter the need or the hour of the day, the leadership team always stepped up to make sure the soldiers were taken care of and the duties were accomplished. I was always impressed by the strength of this team. Thank you. And to my family, thank you for your support through these last 2 years. There have been many long days, and your support has meant the world to me. Little Natalie joined our family during my time in command. Thank you to Jaran not only for support, but also helping me as I learned my new role as a parent. And finally, to Kathryn, it's been a pleasure to get to know you these last few months. I know you'll do an outstanding job, and under your leadership, the company will continue to flourish. Thank you for this opportunity. Crusader 6 out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of Charlie Company, 181st Brigade Support Battalion, Captain Covell.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Families, thank you so much for your attendance. Anybody who's following online, appreciate you streaming as well. Shout out to my family in Ohio and my whole extended family that's been able to log in from this. It's interesting times we live in. I want to start by honoring my wife. Incredibly important to me over my military career. I met her when I was maybe 3 months in, Private Covell, then soon to be Cadet Covell, and she's really supported me this entire time. So, in an early thank you in advance. This will be a trying couple of years for us. It'll be a very busy time, and this command I fully expect will involve both of us. To Colonel Targalov, thank you, sir, for the opportunity to lead this company. I pledge to lead the company with passion and virtue. And I've been reflecting on the values of Charlie Company, the warrior and the healer spirit. And I was reminded of a character from Greek mythology, Chiron. He's an immortal centaur. He was the teacher of medicine to Achilles and Hercules. And his image is emblazoned in the night sky as the constellation Centaurus. With those thoughts in mind, it's my pleasure to introduce the now Chiron Company. Crusaders, prepare to move out. Chiron 6, out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song and remain standing for the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. Thank you for your socially distant and/or virtual attendance.